At Boston College, you know, it's been a great tradition here now.
2nd and 10, that's intercepted. Matt Milano, pick 6.
Tolles down the sideline for Walker, caught, and he's gliding into the end zone. Michael Walker, touchdown.
It's not like BC is a stranger to great, proud, traditional programs. We just need to go back and get back to where we were.
Boston College planning for success this season. You should say so. Their head coach, Steve Addazio, joining us now on SportsCenter. Steve, it's one thing to plan for success, but when you're in a conference like the ACC, I mean, best laid plans, right? I mean, you can have all the talent in the world. That schedule is a grind. And you said the ACC is the best conference in football. Since then, what's the reaction been like for you?
Well, I mean, the facts speak for themselves. I mean, I'm a realist, you know, and I was in the SEC, I thought, when it was at one of its peaks, right? And I just think right now the ACC is at the very top of the game right now, and that was proved on the field. It really doesn't matter what I say; it was done on the field, and you know, it was backed up with all the teams and who we played out of conference. And you know what? It's a new year. Who knows what this year brings? But last year was a great year in the ACC.
Your 5th year for you personally there on the heights there at BC. What sort of pressure are you under individually?
I mean, the pressure you're under is to put the best product you can on the field and develop your team and coach your team. Everything else is just, you know, to me, is a waste of time. You go out there and get ready to go play. The nature of the beast, the profession we're in, it's a tough profession. It's a competitive profession. People want to know what you're doing for you right now, and that's the way it is. You sign up for that, you know that, and you embrace that.
When you have a challenge of putting together a complete football team, ideally that's what you do, right? All 3 phases.
Right.
Defensively, you're there. You have a defense that can compete with anybody in the country.
Right.
Other 2 phases. Do you challenge one to keep up with the other? How do you do that within your own locker room?
Well, you know, when he first got there, first 2 years, we were pretty strong offensively. Okay, and then, you know, we lost a lot of players, and that was part of the issues we had when we got there. We've rebuilt that. I think you're going to see our offense really take off this year. Special teams, we've been elite in our coverage units right along. You know, in terms of the accuracy and the kicking, you know, I think we have a veteran kickers right now that I think will bring us more stability there. But I'm looking forward to a really good year and a balanced year at all 3 phases.
There's another quote that jumped out to me from your time at the ACC, and that's what it is, right? I mean, this is the talking season. But you said simply, our philosophy is to win football games. Let's say, if the losses pile up, how do you keep your ball club focused, motivated, hungry?
I mean, I think that's where the real job is. I mean, you know, everybody's great when it's going great. But when it's not going great, how well can you motivate, manage, drive? I was so proud of last season for our players, the way that we finished the season. We came through that hard spot, we gelled, we came together, believed in each other, learned how to win, and we were playing our best football at the very end. And I thought that was just a tremendous mark for our team, for our players. Their resolve, their ability to stick together, you know, and, you know, we talk about faithfulness and loyalty always be rewarded. Yep. And it was a great example of that.
It's a team that nobody wants to see on its schedule, I'll tell you that, especially on the defensive side of the football, as we say. Where you've found success, honestly, did you ever think you'd go viral for something you put on social media? And I'm talking about the Salt Bay video. How did this come together? Walk me through it, if you would.
Well, you know, we were in, you know, in recruiting, and we're just talking about, you know, we wanted to stay current and have some fun. So yeah, I could have used a little tan there right now, but
you know, but the sunglasses were working for me.
Yeah. The guys thought that would be a lot of fun, and we wanted to have some fun with it. That's a day where it's a culmination of your recruiting. You want to have a little bit of fun. You want, you know, and that's what we did. We laughed like crazy, man. It was good.
What's the overall philosophy with that? Because it seems to be part of a recruiting landscape over the last, I don't know, decade or so. What's your philosophy with regard to the social media from your perspective?
You know, I didn't grow up in a social media era, and but you know, I think if you embrace and have fun with it, you know, like we were doing there, there's no question that it has value. I think, you know, trying not to be, because it wasn't something I was familiar with, be intimidated by that, but to embrace it. And that's what we've done. I mean, I'm not over the top with it, but I like stuff like this. You know, we came up with some of the Vine videos, Be a Dude, and all that other kind of stuff. We had a ball with it. And I want to continue to do that. And I challenge our staff all the time, our recruiting staff, how do we stay current? How do we have a new theme? How do we keep that edge? And it's fun.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned dude, because that is a word that keeps popping up on your timeline there if you follow Coach Addazio on Twitter. And it's not Big Lebowski dude. What is a dude in football parlance to you?
You know, to me, it's someone who's great at what they do. You know, you're great at what they do. You know, you're a dude. You know, that guy's a dude. You know, and I think that's simply what it started out to be. And you know, people use that slogan a lot right now.
You got a dude in Harold Landry and part of that defense, as we say, and it's going to be an interesting. I think it's going to be an exciting year on the Heights. I wish you nothing but success. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. We're looking forward to it.
Really appreciate it. A dude, Steve Addazio, with us on SportsCenter. Also a dude, yeah, this guy, Von Miller. Nightmare fuel for quarterbacks. A gathering of the